They sold I to the merchant ship. Minute after they took I from the bottomless pit. My head was made strong from the hand of the Almighty.
Hello and good afternoon or good morning. I made a video yesterday titled Charms, Con, Crooks and Why Black People find it hard to support the black businesses, etc. But I need to make an apology to black businesses, and I will tell you why. The differences between black charlatans, crooks, con men, okay, and you know, the total difference is that black businesses are bona fide. They are giving a service, and you in return are giving them money. There's a legal consumer contraction or binding, contract, okay? And that makes it legit. They are giving you goods and you are giving them money. And that, if that continues in this beautiful consistency, it can benefit positively the black community, because these black businesses will become powerful, that they can end up, employing other black people. Okay, so by supporting each other, we can bring value to our community and create jobs. The total difference is this: when you have a black conscious community, such as Dr. Omar Johnson, who went to street clubs, etc. Then you have brother, what am I calling brother for? Right? What's his name? Polight. If you look at their backgrounds, they tend to be prolific in either sexual harassment, sexual crimes. Let's not be, beat about the bush. Look at the history of Nation of Islam, how they sexually abuse women. Yet somehow they've conned you and convinced you that they are bona fide. Black conscious, groups and enlightenment. But if you look at their history, you begin to realize, wait there, these people are hustlers, right? They are crooks, they are con artists. They haven't made any positive impact in the black community. They have not created any jobs, but rather give you spook and ghost horror stories of racism, keeping you angry while they're getting rich of your anger and frustration. They're getting rich. Their families are loaded because they've left you in pain, not being able to meet the cost of living, not being able to pay your bills. But their business is to keep you angry and give you ghost stories on racism that is affecting the black community. There's a total difference. Black businesses do not sell religion. Black businesses are there to serve as an economic empowerment to black people. They're not there to give you superstition. They're not there to hustle you, but rather, like any other white businesses, they are there trying to earn an honest living with the support of their own community. I want to make a third following to this. I'm really on a roll here. I want to make a third part to this, okay? So black businesses, they do not say to you, give me money and I give you nothing in return. Give me money and I give you false promises. Right, the difference is they have the goods in their shops. you go in there and you pay for the goods and you come out with something. There's a total difference. Okay? The black conscious community, all they do is hustle you with false knowledge, false information, like Polight. I forgot his first name, right? Like Polight. That guy went deep into mysticism, deep into philosophy, putting witchcraft and obeah on your brain.
Minute after they took high from the bottomless pit.
With all that strong talk, he ended up being a sex offender, meaning with all his sweet words, with all his honeycomb words, deep inside of him, he was still a con man. You just couldn't see it. And it's an insult for the title yesterday I chose was a bit wrong. And it's an insult to black businesses that they should be associated with crooks and thieves and conmen and hustlers and charmers. It's an insult, because then people start to think in their minds, oh, every black person I see, every black business, they are con artists. No, they are not. They give you the goods and you give them the money. That's an honest trade. Okay? Black conscious community, all they do is give you strange knowledge, strange information, mothership. They don't discuss business or banking, right? They give you enough rope to entice you. Then once they got you hooked, hook, line, and sinker, you then become addicted like a person to crack cocaine. And for all that, they give you nothing. The black community, we've been hustled by fake black consciousness for the last 70 years.
Cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophet?
Most of the people that we follow they're sex offenders. They've raped black women. Like Elijah Muhammad, he had 10 young girls pregnant, but somehow they sugarcoat it perfectly by giving you some Black History Month, hoping you forget the disease that they've done in their past. And the same people that killed Malcolm X, the same people that backstabbed Khalid Muhammad, are the same people telling you that they care about your life. They care about you as an individual. You have to wake up. The only way that we black people can get away from this strange black conscious cult is to start our own businesses, support black businesses, that they themselves will end up employing those that look like them. Because if you end up saying, you know something, I'm not going to support black business, I'm not talking about black consciousness, there's a total difference, but black businesses, the shops, the restaurants, etc., then the kingdom will divide against itself. If you think that by helping the enemy, that you're going to somehow better your life and your community, you got it wrong. The kingdom can't divide against itself. Let me give you an example. Britain left EU. Okay, they're pretending we hate EU. We hate the EU. I'm giving you an example of the kingdom can't divide against itself. If Africa went to war with Britain, do you think Denmark, Italy, all these European countries, do you think they turn a blind eye? France and all that, Czechoslovakia, do you think that they turn a blind eye? America? No, they wouldn't. If Africa went to war with Britain, right, you guarantee all the European nations would come together. Why? The kingdom can't divide against itself, despite their family quarrels. When it comes down to it, they're white family. And that's what makes them powerful. The same design to destroy Africa and the darker races. We black people, we don't understand intelligence, and we don't understand that by supporting black businesses. That's the only way to crush white supremacy. That's the only way to crush racism, is by supporting black businesses. I'm not talking about a black hustler like Dr. Omar Johnson. You know what did he say? He said, I'm only interested in donors, not people. Think about that for a second. I'm only interested in people giving me money, in money donation, not people. From the time he said that, he's not interested in you as a person, your heart, your struggle, your desires. All he's interested in is people giving him money. And for that, it's no wonder black people are angry and find it hard to trust each other. Well, every black business that you see, with a restaurant, with the shops, with the bookstores, lawyers, accountants, any black business that you see out there that's giving you a service, you can support. But the black conscious community give you strange knowledge. Go back to Egypt. Is that paying your bills? Studying Egypt, is that putting food on your table? Studying Egypt, is that bringing your kids to college? Studying Egypt, is that making you compete with the rest of the world? Studying Egypt, is that making you become an expert in computer science? Studying Egypt, is that going to make you become a lawyer? But that's what they do. They cheapen you because they think to yourself you have no knowledge. Wake up, or we're going to be left behind with superstition. The way forward is black business empowerment. Forget the black hustle community. Forget all these fake, black. Half of them, they got a history of sex crimes. Just look them up. Look at their past. They got a history of sex crimes, yet somehow they hustle you. Just like half of these black pastors, raping women in Africa. They're hustlers. But they won't tell you about starting a black business, supporting black business. If it means you got to give them money, they're con artists. That's the problem with our people. We don't know who the hell we can trust. We want so much to love our community. We want so much to give back to our community. But there's so many snakes out there. We don't know the good ones from the bad ones. And that's why we're struggling today. Every black person that got to the top, or got the most followers, tend to be crooks. They don't love their people. Dr. Omar Johnson had many years. You know something? Let me tell you something now. If I wanted to start a black school, right, in England, all I would do is start with a Pan-African. Actually did that. They hired a community center where Akala, the greatest mind, mixed race guy, beautiful brother, right, Akala went to a Pan-African school because his white mother didn't know how to deal with the racism that he was experiencing. So his beautiful white mother, yes, I said it. His beautiful white mother, yes, you didn't hear, incorrectly. His beautiful white mother sent him to a Pan-African school in a community center. And Akala, now he's debated people in Oxford and Cambridge and defeated the lot of them in the community school. You don't need thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars to open a black school from the top. This is why they treat you like you're dumb. Anybody can open a blinky community center and bring qualified teachers in. Anybody can. But when you don't do your research, that's when they come along and spin you their yarn. And that's why he said he's only interested in donors, not people. Focus on black businesses, support black businesses, and stay away from the black hustlers and the black consciousness. Why do you want to study racism and slavery for the rest of your life? Why the hell do you want to study Egypt? Why not business? Why not science? Why not computers? Why not business planning? Why the hell do you want to live in the past and not the future? And that's what's destroying our people. We're living in Moon and Mars and ghost ships and motherships. We need to wake up and stop letting them fry our brain and do something for our goddamn selves. Any black consciousness that wrap itself around a cult or religion can't be trusted. You don't see white people up there meeting up in a group and, using all kind of strange aliens to justify their existence. Only black people do that. And that's why we're weak and passive and complacent. We need business, not superstition. And certainly not black hustlers.